a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Okay. The next day, we'll do this and make this the last chapter. Jack sleeps as his body is slowly nourished by the fresh IV pouch. God, that's fucked.
Oh, that's the cat.
Nearby, Lacey works with a sedated cat in a harness. Its brain is exposed. Excuse me. She tweaks the power flow to the chip embedded in its cerebrum. It's delicate work. She checks Jack's monitor to ensure he won't distract her. He is trying to find anything he can to kill himself with right now. His brain monitor shows deep sleep. She leans in to make the adjustment. Ooh!
Oh.
Yeah. The tiny chip explodes, sending a little spray of cat brain matter in her direction. Yes, what?
Hello!
Oh, fuck, I promised you a date, didn't I? Alright, just give me a second, I'll be right out. She closes the door in his face. He is such an idiot. Daniel and Lacey sit in a restaurant booth, picking at an appetizer. Lacey stares off in the distance like she's enduring a lecture, only neither of them is talking. Daniel gets up to leave.
Hey, I should head out. Get back to work.
But they haven't brought... Oh. No, sit down. I'm being a terrible date. I'm sorry. He sits.
Something I can do?
You want to donate your penis to someone?
No!
Ah, damn. Then there's nothing you can really do. How about your arms or legs?
No!
Okay, there's nothing you can do. Erase the last year of my life, maybe? Daniel makes a gun with his finger and shoots her in the head.
I can erase all of them. Bang bang!
Congratulations, that might have been the gayest way you've said anything this whole thing yet.
I can use my penis!
Are you always this morbid?
Yes. You bring it out of me.
They really are the perfect couple, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I feel like this is just like if she had gone with him, she wouldn't have like a third of a man sitting in her basement asking to die.
Yeah.
And he could be back with his horrible wife.
Well, she wasn't horrible until she started drinking again, it seems like.
No, she was still horrible.
Less
They were just
horrible.
they were just both horrible as a difference.
Yeah. They kind of balanced each other out. Lacey smiles a little. Oh shit, it's raining. I'll be right back. Holy shit,
Yeah.
I gotta go move a garbage can.
Okay. Is it Jack that you got you down? Your practice.
Wait, is it gonna be... Oh, I bet you Jack told him that they were a thing. Not the practice. I like the time off.
I know you two were close. I haven't told anyone.
Yeah. They play with their drinks. You are such an idiot, dude. You know, he could be a real jerk.
Yes. Yes, he could.
He called me the best mistake he ever made. It didn't seem rude at the time, but now...
He called me worse. And he never thanked me once for all I did. Not really.
I know.
I can think of one thing he didn't screw up. Wife, friends, business.
And he's so passive-aggressive and accommodating. Was...
No more Jack. Erased from our lives.
They toast and take a slow drink. Fuck 'em.
Have you ever used that word before?
Twice now. At the local matinee. The theater was small, but half full. Lacey and Daniel sat near the back sharing popcorn. It's a stupid movie, but they both enjoy it. Hey, sometimes the stupidest ones are the most fun. After the show, they strolled down the street having an animated conversation. Lacey stops Daniel mid-sentence. Let's have lunch again.
It's almost dinner.
No, tomorrow.
Dessert then? Okay.
God, they are such a perfect couple and it's scary.
It is.
Jack's fucked. Daniel and Lacey reach the door of her house. Daniel takes Lacey's hand and gives it a comically formal shake, and she laughs. Lacey watches him go and then steps inside. Hey, Aurora. Daniel steps into his apartment humming a tune. He hangs his... Oh, hey, the song that Disney forgot existed.
Fuck it.
He hangs his coat and reaches for the light switch. He stops, sniffs the air. Cigarette smoke? He turns to see Trent standing in the entryway.
Jesus!
Trent drops his cigarette and grinds the butt into the floor with his shoe. You really fucked my shit up the other day.
Never mind, just go.
Daniel moves to escort him out. Trent grabs Daniel's hand and curls it around into a painful hold. Is that his hand? Is that supposed to be his hand?
Yeah, it's his hand. It's just like a loose, and that's his wrist right there. He's curling it behind his head.
Oh, jeez. Trent grabs Daniel's hand and curls it around into a painful hold. It happens so fast, Daniel has no time to react.
Jesus, what happened?
You're mine, bitch. Trent moves again, and suddenly Daniel is on his knees, gasping for breath. Shut up.
Okay, alright, about before. I got a little overexcited.
Do you mean when you woke me up at 4 a.m. or when you bailed on the perfectly good murder-suicide setup?
Setup?
Next door, ready to go. Ended up popping him myself. It'll be a week before another one's ready. He lets Daniel out of the hold and pushes him away. Daniel turns to face him, ready to defend himself, but Trent seems small and harmless again. Not at all.
I don't... what?
What? Mike?
What? I said the line.
Oh, I thought you were just... Okay, I didn't know you were in character. What's with your arm? Did you get shot, you stupid fuck?
It was just Lacey. Lacey Scalia. That's why I ran off. I know her. We're friends.
Oh, that's why she's crazy. She's Italian. You
Indeed.
tell me where I'm wrong.
French or worse.
Nobody considers the French humans. The doctor?
Yeah, she's a doctor.
Trent just stares at him.
What?
Meanwhile, Lacey watches Sophie through her telescope. She's calling people tonight. Lacey senses her professional facade is in place, but it's being eaten away by such successive call. Maybe she's reaching out to artists. Lacey can't lip read well enough to tell. On a whim, Lacey points her telescope down a few floors to Daniel's apartment. There he is, Daniel and Trent. Lacey stares in disbelief. The situation looks tense. You shouldn't be talking to her.
Lacey? She's harmless. I had lunch with her.
Were you alone?
Alone? What do you do for her?
Fuck yourself.
Tell me or I'll just see her again tomorrow. We have a date.
Trent sighed. I love how, for some reason, I love how these two have conversations. She needs medical equipment and lab animals, no paper trail. I also dispose of large sacks of ground meat. Forensically sensitive, you might say. Do I have to add that? Do I have to add that sometimes I dispose of more meat than said items can account for? This is simple. You're an investment to me. She'll fuck up my investment. Don't see her.
Did Sophie tell you I'm some kind of gravy train? My work won't sell. It never sells. You'll be lucky if you see a few grand. And that's with a fat cut.
So I want to point something out about this. Look at the font right here.
Yeah, it's out of the bubble.
And they should have somebody check this.
Mm.
It happens though. We've seen it in comics anyway. And I think most of it is. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know what this is. Don't you? Why is it every time I click this you do that? Remember how it was too large before?
Oh, that makes sense. Well, it changes the size of the box too.
Is it okay if I keep it on open dyslexia? It's easier for me.
Yeah, I don't care. If it's money you want, why don't I just pay you to fuck off?
He reappears with a small wad of cash, maybe a few $1,000s.
Here, I've had enough.
Trent smacks the money out of his hand. Bills flutter around them. When they clear away, Daniel is shocked to discover that Trent has a straight razor pressed against his throat. Oh God, it's Texas Chainsaw. Daniel puts his hand up, afraid to make any sudden movements. Your work. Do you do it for the money?
No.
So don't insult me. You've got a bright spark. Maybe even brighter than Dr. Princess. I don't know yet. It's buried deeper than hers, but I intend to change that. So get back in your fucking lane before it gets snuffed out. He pockets the blade in one smooth motion, then steps back. The action is so casual that Daniel finds himself doubting it was ever there. You don't know anyone named Trent? You don't live in the fucking country. I've known a few Trents. That's more of a southern name. For the first time, Daniel notices a wood box sitting on the kitchen table. He peers around Trent to take a look.
What's that?
Don't worry. I'll pick it up before it starts to smell.
What's in the box?
If that line isn't in here. Trent slams the door on his way out. Oh, they aren't gonna do it. Lacey waits for some sign of Daniel. She can't see him from this perspective. At least he reappears looking shaken. He steps into the kitchen, his eyes glued to a box on the table. He slowly lifts the wood over and looks inside. He pales and goes stiff. I guess that is grammatically correct. He looks for a long, long time. Finally, as if in a trance, he steps into his workshop, out of sight. Lacey sits back when Daniel walks out of view. An alarm goes off on her phone, but she hardly notices. It plays a cheery tune on a loop. Jack calls out from the bedroom.
Lacey! Is that the food alarm? God, why?
She wonders what they were talking about, and about the box, but mostly she wonders how Daniel could invite that monster into his home.
Lacey! I'm really hungry!
She stops the alarm. Yes, sorry, I'll get the bag. Inside the box lies a severed head with sores on its lips.
Oh! That's the dude that went up and talked to him, the earring.
Yep. A brilliant green earring glints in the light. He did warn Daniel about Trent, too.
Yeah.
Its glassy expression is a mockery of sadness. The next evening, Sophie cracks the door to an outer hall. Her hair is unkempt and stringy, her eyes bloodshot. Just the thought of setting foot outside sends her into a fit of sobs. She closes the door and retreats inside. The apartment is filthy. She walks past a small mount of spoiled food, indifferent. She stares into the bathroom mirror and tries to recognize herself. She tries to understand how things got so bad. You're not like this. You wouldn't fall apart like this. And yet, here she is, professionally irrelevant, spouse dead, parents dead. No close friends, just former party guests who don't return her calls. All except. A clear thought rises above the sludge of hopelessness in her brain. Help. You need help. Go into rehab. She pulls out her phone and calls Daniel. It goes to voicemail. Daniel, I'm ready for that interruption. Please help. I don't know what to do. She hangs up, texts him, and takes another pill. Yeah, maybe stop the pills. Daniel looks almost as bad as Sophie. He hasn't slept since last night. He's pale and sweaty, and there's dried vomit on his collar. He molds a clay block like he's possessed. His phone buzzes. He tries to ignore it. Daniel, I left a message. Call me when you get this. Or just come upstairs. It's important.
What? What?
He smashes his workbench with both fists. Tools rattle and fall to the floor. He snatches his phone with clay-smeared hands, ready to fling it in the wall. Sophie sounds important. Sophie sounds important, but so is his work. He'll reply when he's finished. If she really needs something, she'll knock on his door. She'll understand. This is for her gallery. He's about to turn off the phone when... Hey, we had a date. Did you forget?
Shit. I'm so sorry, working on a big project. Rain check?
Sure, I understand.
Call you soon.
She looks at Daniel's apartment for more sign of him. Nothing, she sighs. Her phone alarm goes off. Time to feed Jack. Later that night, Lacey returns to her study and aims the telescope at Sophie's apartment. Watching her is becoming a nightly ritual. Hey, remember when she was asking about kids? Now she has one.
Oh boy.
Think about it. She has to feed him, change him, watch over him. He's just never going to leave in 18 years.
I don't know if he's gonna survive even 1 year at this point.
True.
If he keeps falling down the stairs, that might be it the next time.
He might just try to fling himself down the stairs to save his ass at this point. Freedom! There, Sophie stands in her living room, pale as a ghost. She is staring straight at Lacey. Lacey almost falls backwards in fright. She composes herself and looks again. No, she's not really staring at her. She's simply gazing out the window. Sophie's message to Daniel have gone unanswered. To her great surprise, the passing hours have not brought more pain, quite the opposite. Her suffocating fear has been washed away. She can finally relax. She knows what to do. Is she gonna do a flip? A handful of... Oh, God! I was kidding, game!
Yeah, nope, she's at the end of a rope. Time to die.
Yep. A handful of pills and a glass of water sit on the coffee table. She pours them both into her mouth and swallows. She lets the glass drop from her hand and it shatters. Sophie picks up a glass shard and guides it gently across her wrist, tracing the path of veins beneath her skin. We are gonna get another report from YouTube for this.
Oh boy.
The funniest part is when that happens, YouTube, after giving you a strike, will immediately send you an email going, "We think you need help. Just know that we love you." There's some kind of cruel or dark humor in that. She sees the rest of her short, future etched across the surface of her flesh. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, they're gonna go as stupid as they did for Doki Doki.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they are.
She's doing it. Yeah, she's
Oh, she
fucked.
did it right
Down the
too.
road. Yep, she went down the road, not across the street.
Yep. Thanks, game. She drags a glass from her wrist up to her elbow. A geyser of arterial blood jets out. I'm gonna put this in here as a disclaimer so YouTube doesn't hurt us. If you ever get to this point, please seek help and go into rehab. Also, YouTube, this is a video game. Please don't hurt us anymore. Lacey backs away from her telescope. She dashes into the kitchen and rummages through a drawer, searching for something. Finds it, a phone. One of the burners she uses for anonymous calls. She opens it, instinctively dials the police, but then stops. She cancels the call. She dials a different number and listens to the phone ring. Daniel starts awake. Grimacing after nearly a day without sleep, he finally collapses on his couch. He squints at his phone and answers it.
Oh, yeah, Daniel Gibbon.
Lacey opens her mouth to say something but hesitates. At that moment, a voice cries out from in the next room.
Hello? Is that you? Are you home?
Lacey claps her hand over the phone's mic. Daniel trembles.
Jack? Is that you?
The call ends. He looks at the display, unknown number. Daniel puts the phone down, already wondering if it was a nightmare. Lacey clutches the phone to her chest, breathing hard.
Hello?
Oh, somebody has played this and says this game gets worse.
Interesting.
I see that as a challenge, Flaming. She wanders back into her study and looks into the telescope, still clutching the phone. Sophie lies very still in the pool of her blood. Both her wrists have been gashed multiple times.
Lacey? Are you there? I'm hungry.
I'm here.
I'm hungry, Lacey.
I'll be right there. Lacey puts the phone down and leaves.
Wow.
Yeah, she's
That's when you realize that you just kind of fucked up, and like now you're just kind of stuck in this really weird situation.
She still could have called to get Sophie help.
I'm just talking about with the
Oh
the
yeah, when
man
Jack, she
who's
realized she
third of
fucked
him.
up.
Yeah, no, that might just be a situation where you euthanize him and just bury him in somewhere,
Yeah.
anywhere, or send him to the meat grinder.
Again, if you guys haven't seen the episodes before this, they will be out soon on YouTube for members and then later for everyone else. This game is very dark, and I wish I could remember who sent this to us. Thank you. Lacey reads the drug book. She looks pale, her eyes sunken. Her eyes dart across the page, picking up words like sedative, muscle relaxant, dentroline, I think, impairment. Lacey sets the drug book aside and picks up another one. This time, the scrappy red book with no cover title. She opens it up to a bookmarked page. Schematics. She's building something. Todd sits at the dining room table cleaning his gun and eating a bowl of cereal. This motherfucker likes cereal. He gets up to wash one of his cleaning tools in the sink. If you do want to play it again, you have to understand what we've shown you tonight isn't even the last episode was really fucked. So if you think you can handle it, I do suggest getting this game. It's about I think $3 on Steam. If you're very easily disturbed, I don't normally do this, but I would put a disclaimer. And again, we are not the type to do that considering the stuff that we both normally watch, but we do understand a lot of people can't handle dark things. So just understand that, guys. Lacey carefully deposits a dash of white powder into his cereal while he's not looking. That night. Totally understand.
Wait, is she poisoning him to death?
She's gonna probably put a sedative and then kill him. Although poison would be like muscle relaxant to the extreme.
Why
would be
does
the
she
best
need
thing.
why does she need a sedative though when she could just knock him out with the remote?
No, this is Todd's the father.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the one that's done things we can't say on stream.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Todd sleeps like the dead. Margaret is next to him. Look at how Margaret's sleeping. It looks like her neck's been snapped.
I think
It's
her
just
face
the
is-
angle.
Oh, yeah.
Lacey enters the room carrying a knife. She climbs on top of Todd's chest and holds it to his throat. She presses it in, drawing blood. Todd's eyes drift open. He sees Lacey and tries to move, but can't. Oh, she paralyzed him. I drugged you. I'm going to kill you. Todd senses that she's serious. He tries to move again and can only manage pathetic little kicks. He stares at her with rage and hatred, then tries to rouse her mother. He can only manage a few slurred grunts. Speaking devil. She can't help you. I drugged her too. She's dead.
Oh, okay.
Never stopped him. She's just as guilty. Todd's eyes roll toward Margaret. She is in fact dead, cold and gray, with some foam at the corners of her mouth. When Todd turns his eyes back to Lacey, she slits his throat. It's not a deep cut. He can still breathe, but blood flows freely from his neck as he starts to panic. Lacey climbs off the bed and lifts a glass jar of liquid with some kind of mechanism inside. She places the jug on the bedside table.
That is a bomb.
I want to cut you more, but they'll know, even if you're burned. Todd flails about in horror, still bleeding from his sliced neck, utterly helpless. Lacey spent hours rehearsing this moment, choosing just the right words. Words like, I hope it hurts. Words like, I'm going to forget you. Words like, once you're gone, I'll have a beautiful life full of people who love me. But now that she hears, now that she's here, words feel inadequate. She presses a button on the device and backs away out of the bedroom. Bye, bitch. Lacey sits with her back to a tree, waiting for the fire to start. She rocks back and forth, nervous, terrified. Todd's bedroom erupts into flames. It quickly spreads to the rest of the house. Lacey curls into a ball as she feels immense heat. Even from its distance, it worked. The house will be ashes by morning. She tries not to laugh, but can't help it. Lacey picks up a plate of food while Jack sits in a chair, propped up with pillows, an empty plate in front of him. An IV is plugged into his neck.
Are you alright? You look so lonely. I wish I had arms and legs.
I'm not at all. I'm just confused.
What about?
Lacey shrugs. She sees a trickle of blood run down Jack's side. She fetches some gauze from the kitchen and kneels next to his chair and cleans his wound. The skin around his stitches are puffy and red.
I haven't felt confused since my dad died. Angry, maybe, and stressed, but not confused other than where are my arms and legs?
Oh good, that stuff is working real well on you. How'd he die?
Tried to commit suicide. What do you mean
Was it
tried,
painless?
though?
Tried? Oh.
Fucked it up like everything else.
Sometimes people don't actually want to kill themselves.
I found him. He knew I'd be home first.
Dear Jack, call Mom. Do not come in. I love you.
Killed himself for the life insurance, but he fucked up too, and we ended up penniless.
Oh, Jesus. So he just shot off his jaw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Suck started a shotgun.
Also very similar to what we saw in the hotel, only the hotel guy managed to do it.
That's also, I think the hotel guy was the one that Trent killed. That was murder-suicide. It was made to look like a
No,
suicide.
because no, it couldn't have been because we ran the other way.
Oh, okay.
I think you might be right, but I think we ran the other way, so we ran past, like, from where Lacey goes, which was the way out. God, they enjoyed the art in this. Jesus Christ, if he survived that, that's actually impressive. That is impressive. If you survived that, you might as well have just tried to end it. The nightmare image is seared into Jack's memory. His father has no face, just a ragged hole where his face used to be. Blood spatters the wall behind him. His limp feet sit in a thick puddle of gore. Jack's father is still alive. Maybe you help Dad out and give him another shot. I'm just saying. Double tap. Trying to breathe, flexing his fingers, deaf, dumb, blind. Confused. How do you fuck that up, though? How do you fuck that up? Do you not have the gun far enough down? I need to stop thinking about this. He senses that someone is there and tries to speak with what's left of his windpipe. He can only produce a thick whistling gurgle. No, you oh my God! Look at the right side. Look at the eye. He gets up, stumbles, falls at Jack's tiny feet with a spat, gropes with his bloody hands. Yeah, that's a proper face, kid.
My life insurance was in order.
Jack stares ahead, lost in his memories. Lacey continues washing his wound. Finish the job, son. That is probably what the dad was saying.
Can't remember why, though. Something with... Was I?
Jack? His attention jolts back to her. Something in her voice alarms him. This isn't working. I don't think you can make me happy.
Oh, thank God. Thank God, they just killed me already. Don't say that. Whatever else you say, not that. Is it the remote? We'll stop using it.
We don't have time.
It's the one thing we do have, thanks to you. I'm happy now. No more pressure. I can just be me. And you love me for that, right?
Sorry, Jack. I know you're here, and it's like I knew it would be. I do love you. Do you love me? Whatever you say next, Jack. You're either going to be you're either going to be having that shotgun in your mouth, or you're going to have to live like this.
I'm incredibly thankful. Yes, I love you. This can last.
I don't know anymore.
Lacey, tell me the truth. Do you want to kill me? Is that where this is going?
I've been slowly doing it. Lacey starts to cry.
I know what you are. I can't stop you. But don't do it like this. Piece by piece. Just kill me.
You don't want to die, do you?
Look at me!
I was about to say, lady! You put him in a fucking colostomy bag. He's got no arms or legs or dick or asshole.
No.
Are you sure? I mean, look at you.
Maybe.
I don't want you to die either. I want to keep you safe. Every time she says that, I want you to be with me always. Her sincerity is palpable. Jack breathes a sigh of relief. She produces the remote and turns it down to 0, and Jack winces.
Stop. If that's what you want. You need to turn that thing back up. I'm not myself when it's off.
Lacey has that distant look in her eyes again. I want you to never worry about anything again. She turns the remote past 0 to 5. Jack's eyes twitch.
You're sick. You're just gonna cut me. And cut me. Until there's nothing left. Aren't you?
Oh, it's -5, my bad. So, wow.
No, now she's making him angry.
Jack grits his teeth and struggles to remain in control. Shh. You don't have to worry. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. She leans in and whispers something into his ear. You were shit in bed. Jack nods as he listens, then stops nodding. He starts shaking his head. She finishes whispering and steps away, beaming Jack's eyes with a load of terror.
No. No. I won't let you. You fucking bitch. Sick, murdering bitch!
You'll be safe. We'll be together. There's not much left to do. She presses a button on the remote. Sparks fly from the button as it malfunctions. Lacey shrieks and drops the smoking remote to the floor. Is he gonna become like angry Nugget Hulk? Oh my god! We're burning him!
Nope, she fried his brain.
An electrical snap sounds within Jack's head. Something sparks inside his skull, lighting up his eyes for a moment. Jack's eyeballs suddenly dislodge. He quivers and goes limp. The crescent-shaped wound on his head begins to steam. Jack! Lacey cranks the bed so that Jack sits in an upright position. She straps him into place. She grabs some scissors from a nearby tray and quickly cuts the stitches on the crescent-shaped wound. She uses tongs to peel back his scalp and remove the top of his skull. With care, she uses tweezers to extract a small chip, which is glowing red hot and covering the brain with brain matter. She tosses the chip into a tray and sizzles. Lacey fills a bucket with cold water. I don't think that's gonna work. She pours it into the hole in Jack's head. Steam rises and water seeps out his eye socket. She peers into his brain. The excised chip has left a gaping hole. She falters and holds him to her chest. Jack's body continues breathing against all odds. He's, Oh my god, do you want to try to finish this tonight?
No.
Okay. Let me just get...